Malaysia will not enforce the vehicle entry permit until further notice, according to its Transport Ministry, in response to CNA queries. All Singapore-registered cars were to have applied for VEP before entering Malaysia, and enforcement was to begin today. Meanwhile, taxi drivers who ply the border crossing say while they have yet to receive their permits, it's business as usual for them. Gwyneth Teo finds out more.
Beginning with Singapore motorists, all foreign vehicles entering Malaysia will eventually have to register for the vehicle entry permit. Singapore taxi drivers who ply the cross-border route say their companies have been applying for the permit on their behalf.
As long as 你有那个上网 register 啊，它就 OK 了。then later on 是要放那个 tag 了那个就 postpone 了。
But the cabbies are also not concerned, as they pay Malaysian road tax and have Malaysian vocational driving licenses. We hired a taxi to take us across the border to see what the situation at the checkpoint was like. Malaysia's Transport Ministry announced in September that it would defer enforcement of the VEP during peak hour traffic. This was after Singapore motorists complained of long wait times and a shortage of appointment slots to fix the mandatory RFID tag in Malaysia. Now, we've just crossed the border and we're in Johor Bahru right now, and there were quite a number of Singapore-registered vehicles also crossing the border at the same time that we were, but we only counted about 5 of them had the RFID tag that showed that they received the vehicle entry permit. Now, a taxi driver, Stephen, tells us that the RFID tag is a dark blue label about this size that's stuck in the middle of the windscreen. Our trip from the Queen Street taxi stand in Singapore to Larkin in Johor Bahru took just an hour. Taxi drivers noticed it was unusually smooth compared to the last 2 weeks.
Yesterday we came in outside Singapore, the CIQ, the queue was like all the way tailback from Woodlands Avenue 3. CIQ itself, after getting our passport stamp, we almost cannot exit the counters. And the whole stretch of the causeway was congested. And it has been like that for the past 2 weeks almost.
Unusual?
Very unusual, because usually this kind of traffic only occurs on the weekends or public holiday eves, not on a normal weekday at off-peak hours.
Taxi drivers attributed this congestion to a last-minute rush by Singapore motorists to get the RFID tags. CNA understands those who have not applied for the VEP will be advised to do so quickly. But for now, it's business as usual at the checkpoints, even as there was slight confusion on Tuesday, before any of us knew that there would not be any enforcement.
Enforcement 刚才我们进来都没有什么任何什么问题呀，可是待会我们回去的时候就不晓得了。
Malaysia says the VEP is meant to tackle crimes such as car theft and prevent foreign vehicles from fleeing fines.